This is Ramona. She's excited to be migrating to the urban life with her husband and her 2 children. Changes in population growth, farming, and demand for workers led to her decision to move. She's very excited to live out her new middle-class lifestyle and make lots of money. This is Ramona running away from her urban lifestyle after her husband fell into a meat grinder and her 2 children burned alive in factories. Her middle-class experience ranged from living in a musty tenement with no running water to her sewage rotting out in the streets.
I'm a child, and I am doing labor 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Life is hard. Life is unfair, but we need the money.
Children often started working at the ages of 6 or 7. Conditions were horrible for kids that worked in mines because of the extreme heat, bad lighting, and closed air vents. Life in factories is very different than in rural villages, where people's work hours depended on the seasons, and if they worked too slow, they did not earn enough money. Factories' work schedules depended on the factory whistle. Shifts were often 12 to 16 hours, 6 to 7 days a week. Food was rationed, and workers suffered lots of accidents from unsafe machines. People's fingers, limbs, and even lives may be lost. Women were hired more, and their hair would often get caught in the machines, resulting in an unsafe working environment. Overall, people started to see an improvement in standard living with higher pay and better working conditions. People had more public education, and some even had access to health care. This wasn't true for poor people like the husband and wife we see right here. We could see them actively trying to ration their spoiled milk. Whole families were crammed into one room, and bathrooms were often shared by almost 20 people. Rates of crime and alcoholism rised a bunch, and life in the slums was incredibly rough.
See this bird? She carries diseases!
Diseases were very common in big industrial cities. Due to overcrowding and cramped living conditions, diseases spread quickly. This is also because of the city's sewage problems. Waste was often dumped into rivers, contaminating their water.
I want better conditions!
This right here is a protester. From 1811 to 1813, workers protested for better pay and better working conditions. They would often smash machines and burn down factories. They called themselves the Luddites. They were forbidden to create worker associations, and it became outlawed. Although this may look like a messy clip of me dragging my sister across my bedroom floor, we have to get creative to recognize the true symbolism. We are a married German couple who have 3 children. I'm dragging my husband to immigrate to Britain with me because we heard that they are thriving on immigrant labor. Lots of immigrants were Irish, Scottish, German, and even Italian. Britain at the time offered hope for jobs and survival due to its increasingly effective industrial economy.